All right, what's up, guys? So I'm Zilreth. I'm now Celestial 3, currently Storm and Squirrel Girl main if Storm gets banned. So I've decided to do a little bit of a VOD review. I had a viewer here who wanted me to take a look at some of his Storm gameplay. I believe this is a Diamond 3 game. So we're going to go ahead. I think there's some plats in the lobby, so there's no bans in this one. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to review this VOD. We're going to see what we can improve upon here from the Storm's perspective. So let's take a look. All right, first off, switch over here. I'm gonna hide this. All right, now let's look at the team compositions real quick before this game starts. So right off the bat, I'm noticing the defense team is running the triple support, which is mainly the meta in GM plus. It happens about 50% of the time, I'd say. It's in most games on at least one team. What's interesting, though, is that they're running the Mantis and Atom. They don't have a Rocket, even though they're running the Punisher and Winter Soldier, so they won't have the team up for the infinite ammo there, but both Winter Soldier and Punisher are pretty good counters to Storm, so I imagine that might be a difficulty. Atom and Mantis are also pretty threatening to her, so I'm sure that's going to be a challenge here, but we'll see what happens. They're not aware of the comp yet, so... And we've got, on this side, we've got the Hulk, Iron Man, Strange team up, of course, active. So they have a very, very strong team composition. I feel like overall team comp right now, the attacking team has the better comp. So we're going to amp speed on the way in here. Okay. I'm just trying to throw down as many attacks down mid, which I think isn't bad. This got involved very quickly, though. I feel like probably should have stayed on damage boost and hugged this wall a little bit closer. Just to make sure we get a little more damage onto the team. But overall, I mean, that Hulk made an insane amount of space already just jumping in to start off with. Switching over to speed to chase him down, which is good. Yeah, no, that was a very, very quick attack. So I imagine the challenges haven't started yet, but overall, not much to say about that team fight. Pretty simple stuff. Their team just got pushed back since red team just has more damage between the Iron Man and Storm. Pretty good positioning. We're hiding behind the pillar here to make sure that we don't spend too much time out in the open. Got ult pretty quickly here. Gonna try to pop it, but somehow that Mantis built up ult very, very quickly. She managed to do a lot of healing. So I'd say that was a good ult usage. I probably would have done the same thing there. I would have thought that the Mantis wouldn't have ult, so kind of unlucky there, but honestly, got pretty good cleanup here. The Strange is just putting the pressure in the shield there, so there's really not much that could hurt the Storm at this moment. Trying to burn through the Storm, just clean some people up. They did have the Adam Warlock res in the back there, so we should have been continuing to push forward during that, so we could clean that up a little bit. Their whole team managed to get revived and just pick off the Strange, so I probably would have made sure that we kept pushing forward. I also noticed that the attacking team here, the red Cloak and Dagger ult there, was just thrown on the point. What they should have done is push it forward into the enemy team while the Adam Warlock ult was going off. Yeah, now he's just getting all of his resets here. This fight's pretty much lost at this point. So yeah, it's either die immediately, which is not too bad, or could have tried to get out there, but you know, dying is probably just a simpler thing to do. Not a bad play, to be honest. But yeah, I think a little more aggression there towards the end of the fight would have helped out, just to push forward with the Strange. That was a very, very aggressive Strange portal. Somehow managed to survive that. I don't know if that was a... Honestly, I feel like in a situation like that, it's either your Strange has to place the portal better or higher up. They should put the portal higher up, really, so that you can fly out the back of it and use it as cover. Because that was a really, really risky portal to just throw it right in the middle of the point like that. Now, I'm not sure I agree with the amping up E to get back faster at this point. I think you kind of want to hold on to that, especially when there's just this much distance to cover back to the point. So if you could have your amped up E right now to help with the damage boost to burn down that Hela, you probably could have killed her before that Strange died. Yeah, so at least just baiting out one support ultimate with the Storm ult there. There's not much you can do when they have at least two support ultimates on the defending side here between the Cloak and the Mantis defending against it. So honestly, not a terrible use of ult, at least just to get one of the ults out of the way. We should be waiting to pop that E, but once the Mantis ult is over. But damn, okay, the Iron Man just gonna carry that one. So we should, as soon as we hear the Born Again, we need to be pushing up, staying along with our Luna. If we have the Luna ult up, we should be pushing in as aggressively as possible because you're basically invincible. So you want to make sure that you hunt down everybody as soon as possible when that Atom ult goes off. Good cleanup on that Mantis. Then we got to get everybody back on cart to push this quickly. Mantis wasted her cocoon for some reason. Are you going to stall this out or not? Okay, that was actually kind of close. I feel like they probably should have stayed on the cart there and not chase the Mantis as much, but there could have been a recontest there from the blue team if they had gotten there a little bit faster, but they don't really have the mobility for it in their team comp. Some nice penetrating shots here. Trying to build up that ult again real quick. They will be down both support ults. What I want to see right now is the awareness of that. Yep, popping the ult immediately. That's good. Going in, trying to see if they can grab some supports here. So good. Get the immobile supports. Atom and Mantis out of the way. Perfect. Disadvantage the Strange there to help clean that up. Atom also. These guys are really just popping their cocoons every time they shouldn't, huh? They're just wasting those cooldowns. Tanks are just pushing in. Good. You should go back to cart at this moment probably and help push it a little bit faster. That's what I'd be doing right now since there's not really much to hit here. Alright, now that they're back, I would have moved up. Pretty much done what he was doing right now. Interesting that the Cloak is popping ult into their team right now. I'm not sure I agree with that decision, but, you know, if the defending team wants to push back into it and die for it, then it was a good play. All right, we got the Mantis ult popped out, so you forced that by damaging her, which is really good. Now, what we should be doing now is try to just farm up our ult while Mantis is ulting. Oh, she actually dies there. The Strange went up and hit that ult, but nice. Luna countered it. We should be aiming for that turret back there right now, I think. That's causing too much damage to your frontline tanks at the moment. I'm not sure. Hela's not a priority target right now since she's inside. She can't really aim out of this doorway, so I wouldn't be focusing on her. I probably would have tried to burn that turret earlier and stayed a little bit farther back just so you wouldn't be able to get flanked on there. So if I were the Storm there, I would have stayed a little bit farther back behind the point just to use it as cover, wait out the Hela ult, and just burning the turret a little bit faster since that seemed to be doing a lot of damage to the front line. So it looks like Hulk just went in completely unforced. Way before his team was ready, so he fed a little bit. They're going to have to wait it out here. So in the meantime, bide your time. Just try to build up some ults here. It does look... Yeah, like a while ago, they also swapped off the triple support. The Atom moved over to Hela. So they're on triple, like, counter to Storm right now. So this should not be that easy. I'm honestly surprised you're able to move out here in this open space without getting hit too much. All right, they're leading in with the ult. What you should be doing is moving in on top of that. I guess people are already getting cleaned up. Good pick on the Punisher here. He should die for that. Nice. Guess he gets somebody with that ult. Try to burn that Strange so we can stop delaying the cart. Nice. And now just watching the doors, staying on the cart. Yeah, I've never actually seen this whole wall destroyed before. I didn't realize it was possible. Nice ult by Strange. That should seal the deal for him here. They don't have a tank or any healers up to contest this. Nice, okay. They took that point. Overall, not so bad. I mean, I think generally be a little bit more aggressive with this when you have a support ult active. Otherwise, I mean, your team has been hitting some very, very good ultimates, hitting a bunch of people. The Strange and the Iron Man both hit several people with their ults a few times. They kind of carried those rounds there. Not bad, though. At least they swapped off triple support, so you don't have to worry about the third support ultimate anymore. Looks like they might be thinking about mirroring the Storm pick now. They're moving to Rocket so they can finally support the just Winter Soldier, I guess. They're swapping off of Punisher for attack. I guess he was relying on the turret a little more, so he wants to... Actually, they're going back to triple support, so I think the guy who was playing Punisher before is now playing Winter Soldier. The guy who's playing Hela is playing Moon Knight. They're switching up the comp in a big way, so I'm going to go swap back over to the perspective of Storm Hero. They're moving back. They're keeping the exact same comp, but the attacking team is switching over quite a bit. Let's see if they stick with the Strange pick, but I think this comp is probably a little bit better for the attacking team. I think they have the rocket now, so they can have the infinite ammo with the Winter Soldier. The Moon Knight will help burn down the front line a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, Moon Knight's really not a great pick against this comp because, you got 2 flyers that are kind of hard to hit. So unless you manage to get an Ankh near one of them to get a quick pick, Moon Knight's not really going to provide much value, especially against this Hulk when you can just dive him and punch him in the face a few times to kill him. So I'm not sure I agree with this Moon Knight pick on the attacking team, but all right. So we're going to position up here. This is good. He's just trying to scope it out, using his ears hopefully to see if anybody's flanking. I think by now the team's probably calling out that everybody's moving main. Moon Knight way out of position. They should be pushing in on that and getting him. But yeah, it looks like they're rotating over to high ground. So this is good. We're going to try to use... I think he's kind of unaware, it seems, that everybody's moving up to high ground. Okay, yep. He didn't get picked for it, but that was moved up a little bit too far, in my opinion. This is a wonderful, wonderful place to play Storm right now. You can just fire down that hallway and hit so many people at a time. Should charge up all pretty quick. Strange overstayed his welcome, I think. Did not respect the Moon Knight damage bouncing between him and Hulk. Missed a couple shots on that Winter Soldier there that probably could have resulted in a pick, but... yeah, I don't think you really played that too wrong. I mean, you were kind of in the right position. It's just, yeah, a matter of taking out that Winter Soldier before he kills you, I think. Oh, we got the Strange Portal back in a decently safe position, which is good. And we'll burn the Cloak ult. Moon Knight ult popping in. Does that catch anybody? It does not. Able to catch the Winter Soldier out of position outside of their Cloak ult. Actually... there's just a rocket over here that can get picked off, so see if we can chase him down. That's a good idea. Oh, we should continue to try to go for the healers here. Ooh, Iron Man barely missing there. Oh my, the huge wasted ult by Strange there. Please don't do that. Don't waste your ults like that. I see Strangers do that all the time. They're always like the last person alive since they have the shield to protect themselves with, and they can fly away. So they're generally pretty hard to kill. But if your whole team is already dead, don't pop an ult like that, man. You're just gonna throw it for your team. All right, once you get hit once by a Widow, you've got to make sure that you back around the corner and heal back to full health before you peek again, just in case she does hit a headshot on you in the next one. Other than that, I mean, not too risky to peek her a little bit. Just make sure if you ever take damage against a Widow that you do hide, and make sure your healers are aware and heal you up. All right, so we can get some cleave shots here. I would have maintained that position farther straight ahead of them. Attacking from this position is kind of bad because they can see your whole body before you can see them inside there if you're attacking vertically over this doorway. I don't know what the Strange is doing. He's pretty out of position, so they should be collapsing on him right now. All right, they're countering with the Luna ult. So right now, as soon as they pop that, yeah. Got picked off by the Strange since he got healed up. So either they should have picked off that Strange a little bit faster, or it should have switched over to wind mode and boost away as fast as you possibly can to try to get away and break LOS from that Strange. Since he'd already used his shift, so, you know, if you get some verticality on him and hide behind a pillar or something, he wouldn't be able to catch up to you. All right, so good. We're going to try to just speed boost the rest of our team here. All right, so this is an awkward position. So they have the red team, I mean, the defending team has 2 players on their team who got long spawn, and yet Hulk is continuing to just dive in, which is probably not a great idea. Hopefully he didn't get picked there. We should be playing pretty safe there. Okay, I guess we're engaging. So they're just going to counter this. So what I'd like to see here is probably not to look for a pick. Just back out, get back to your team quickly, because this is not going to do any damage. Yeah, I got caught out of position here too. Probably should have used that extra bonus health that you get to back out a little sooner. I think, and try to get back towards your team rather than coming back to this direction since the rest of the team is down main.
You can't strike down. Let's end this.
All right, I think boosting is a good idea here because you can get the full value of boosting all the way back for those 8 seconds. I think that's fine. Iron Man is really low back there. They're just getting picked off. The healers are not being aware of the Strange behind them killing the Iron Man. I think they're too focused on trying to keep the tanks alive in the front line. And the Cloak and Dagger actually ulted on top of the point and into the enemy team while they were down both of their DPS. So that was honestly a pretty big fail from the Cloak and Dagger's part on the red team here. So there's really nothing else we can do. Just try to stay alive for the moment. Try to throw some shots down main to try to get some more ult charge. Ooh, peek this Widow carefully. That was a risky peek. right, now that we're back at full health. Yeah, pop the E. Try to burst her down. Oh, she just barely gets away since the healers. Well, I don't know what Strange is doing all the way back there. He was way, way, way too deep. I kind of missed what happened there, but... All right, nice. We got the Luna ult for the stall. Try to burst down that Widow. Oh, she's so low. Could be aiming for that rocket, too. Probably at this time, I might have turned around there to help with the Agamotto. I know the blue team Strange hit an ult and I think cleared out your whole team. So they just pushed behind your back. I think I probably would have turned around and helped clean up that if possible. You might have got ult a little bit faster off of hitting them, and then you would have been able to stall the point at least. Maybe, because it looked like... Actually, the blue team did have a Cloak and Dagger ult that was on top of that point, so it was kind of lost from the moment that Hulk overextended into their team. He really needs to be the one that's tanking the point, and the rest of your team should have backed off and just focus on healing him. And then you trade off. When he gets low, you can ult in to keep stalling it. That would be the ideal situation there, but it requires a little bit of communication. Probably more than what you'd see in a lobby this elo.
Take cover. We got a sniper.
All right, so we got to be careful up here. Right, I'm going to try to ult. Luna's got ult for this, so Red chased down the Widow. Nice, but Luna was aware, so she didn't get a pick off that. Good job backing out quickly. Oh, a little bit of a risky position, but it's okay. You should be getting healed right here, but I think the rest of the team all just... Yeah, the rest of the team just got wiped by a Widow ult. And that was a lot of damage. I think they're just generally winning over the ult economy right now, the blue team. They have several support ults that they can use, and they're making sure to get value out of all their DPS ults too. They're pushing hard forward, and I don't think you guys have enough pressure on their backline. I think you probably should just be fighting, either go full dive and make sure you commit to diving their backline with the Hulk, or make sure everybody's focused on the front line. If you get split between the two in triple support, you're going to get nothing done. Because the backline, especially with Rocket, the heals get spread out so much, everybody's just going to heal the other supports. So unless you have at least two people focusing down one healer at a time in the backline, none of them are going to die. So I would say probably just play with your team a little bit more, shooting at the front line there. All right. I'll back over to here. I'm going to skip forward a little bit. Looks like we had a DC here on the red team. I'm not sure if he's going to be coming back soon. We only have 1 minute to attack, and the other team has 2 minutes, so... Not looking great right now. Looks like Spider-Man was going for a flank. Might get caught out here. Trying to sneak around to a health pack in the meantime, but... Alright, we're just trying to aim down main and get some more penetrating shots through the right click into the shield, unfortunately, so that didn't get to penetrate. Good job hitting that Luna, though, in the back. I mean, you do want to be aiming for the supports through the tanks in the front line, just to put a little more pressure on them. But with triple support and when you're down a guy, it's kind of a problem. Oh, we're going to pull a risky portal here. Okay, he's doing it right in front of the enemy team. They're just going to hop right into high ground. All right, looks like we have a Moon Knight now on the red team, but he's coming over a little bit too late. Strange had already died. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this was mostly a problem of having a DC. Probably would have helped in the initial push if you did have that last guy, so I'm going to say that one's not really your fault. Nothing really you could have done about that, unfortunately. Being down a man in this game is a huge, huge detriment. And I'm not exactly sure why this last guy decided to switch to Spider-Man either. A weird pick. All right, we're going to try to close this out with a defense here. Looks like the Spider-Man is switching to Namor.
Light can heal and light can harm. Same with me.
We're going to hop back over to his POV again. All right, game starting. 5. All right, so good positioning up here. We got the Penny setting up, so we want to make sure that we stay around Penny and defend her nest. If they have any flankers that go and try to destroy that, you want to make sure those are priority number 1, so you can make sure that you keep your Penny spider nest alive. So it looks like they're pushing back high ground again. That should be getting called out now. Definitely don't put your back to them right now. You should be hovering low behind the Penny over here right now on the right, so you can throw some shots down the hallway rather than from up here. Because there's not many places for you to run to when you're up here out in the open and they have ranged characters over there. So I'd just be aware and try to stay next to your tanks here so you remain in your healer's line of sight. All right, looks like they're rotating over all the way to high ground. Right now, I'd try to break the bridge, honestly, with your team. So Strange broke it. We don't have a tank to frontline here. That Luna had no awareness whatsoever what was happening. The tank forgot where everybody is. What's happening here? Strange somehow had lost sight of every single player and was just looking down main when their team was just pushing high ground from behind his team. Yeah, so that's going to cost them the game there. Strange is too busy defending main when they had lost both of the healers and everybody already, so... Yeah, okay. I was going to say, generally, pretty good positioning. I'd say try to stay between your tanks and your supports a little better rather than off to the side flanking, unless you're trying to pull a quick opportunity of flanking their backline. But not too bad gameplay. I mean, kind of tough comp for you to play against as well. With no bans, you're going to be hitting a lot of counter picks, and you really didn't get picked very often. So honestly, pretty good play. I think you definitely have the skills to climb quite a bit higher, and you play pretty well. So a lot of damage output there too. Love to see it. Yeah, not too many bad things to say. It's pretty clean play. Oh, good job. I approve. I think, yeah, there's not really too many other elements you need to improve upon. I mean, I think generally communication with your team, calling out targets, making sure you're rotating to the proper positions at the right time next to your tanks and in front of your healers. Trying to make sure that your teammates are not wasting their ultimates or anything like that, because that can be solved over voice chat too, right? It's not all just individual. Like if you give somebody a hint, like call out don't use ults if we're already down 3 people, they might have not noticed that they were down 3 people. So there's always call outs that you can make, targets that you want to focus, make sure to listen to your team. But yeah, no, good play. I think definitely on the way to GM here with this. Not too bad. Good job.